Okay, so the first thing I need to tell you guys is this paper right here, this watercolor paper, it's not something that's replaceable just like that, okay? You can't, oh, I mess up, crumple it up and throw it in the trash. It's very expensive. You're only going to get one, okay? So you need to be cautious. If you mess up, we can always flip over to the other side. But if we make a mistake and it's a small thing, it's not a big deal, we're just going to roll with it, okay? It's just a practice paper. This is a paper that we're going to use to practice our ink wash, okay, which is very much like watercolor. And next year, if you take intermediate art, you'll be doing some really cool watercolor stuff. But this year, we're just working black and white with just our ink washes, because it's a really simple way to begin. Sometimes color complicates things, and if we just go back to the black and white, the shades of gray, it becomes easier. Now, to begin with, I told everyone to get one of these small pieces of scrap papers. What I want you to do is fold it in half. Okay? You're just going to fold it in half. They're right over here. Yeah, you don't need a big one, you just need a small one. Fold it in half. And I also asked you to get a pair of scissors. These are mine. But there's more over there. That's fine. Doesn't matter to me.
Cut it.
We're just making a template, a stencil, okay? Now, what you're going to do, I'm going to take this away. Now, look at the screen. Eyes. Don't tell me later you don't know what to do because you're not listening and looking. Okay, you're going to, on the folded edge, you're going to come in and you're going to cut yourself a little rectangle, just like that. And you're going to cut out kind of a little rectangle on the folded edge, okay? So that way when you open it, and it, you know, it's not even, it doesn't really matter, no big deal. You have a nice little square or a rectangle. Doesn't matter what, if it ends up being more square, more rectangle, that doesn't matter. You just need to cut the shape on the edge. So do it now.
So we go like this side, right?
Yeah. The folded side.
What do you do with this?
Throw it away. This thing we don't even need. We only need this part right here. This is our template shape. You just made yourself a little template.
Like this?
Yeah.
No,
Smaller, not too big.
I cut this
Look at mine, it's not too big.
Make it so I do the right thing.
All right. Okay. Voices off, eyes up. Look up here. Yes, perfect. Now you're going to need your paper. Okay. And your watercolor paper, that nice hard watercolor paper. And then you're going to put your stencil you made on top. And we need to trace across the top. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. Now I'm going to use a Sharpie because it will enable you to see from your seats where you are. But you need to use some sort of pencil. You can use a regular pencil or a colored pencil, but you can't use a pen. Doesn't matter. And you want to trace this.
Oh, on the paper?
Mm-hmm. Look, ready? 1. So there's 1. I'm going to scoot it over. I don't care what color it is. That's you. That's your thing. 1, 2. Yeah, look. See? 1, 2. 3. Hopefully I have enough space. I do. 4. Yes. 5.
I don't have enough.
Squeeze them in there. You want to squeeze in 5. I have 5. Yeah, erase it. If you got your pencil, just erase it. You want to squeeze in 5 squares. 5 lovely squares. And then the template, we don't need any more. You can put off to the side.
Oh, we're supposed to do it this side.
What happens if the square is too small?
It's not too small. It's fine.
Well, we were supposed
You just
to
have
do
more
it
space.
this side.
It doesn't matter. That looks great. You're overthinking it. It's just a practice paper. We just need squares because we're going to put our values in them. So it doesn't really matter. I mean, they could even be stars. That would just be harder for you to paint. Square is an easier way to start. Yes. Just have it go off the side. That's fine. If your squares don't fit, have them go off the side. It's no big deal. We're going to label them as well. Okay? Value 1. Value 2. Value 3. Value 4. When you write a word over and over again, then it starts to look weird. Value 5. Yeah, I don't care. It's just your practice paper, so however you choose to do it is fine by me. It just needs to look kind of like this, okay? For practicing. Relax, it's okay. Wonderful. Yeah, you're good. I'm not really picky about how it ends up looking, you know. It's just practice paper. Now for the next one, we need our ruler. As if you look up here on the screen, what we need is we need to make the long graded wash rectangular thing. And how do you think I did that? I just traced the ruler. Okay. So we're going to put the ruler down. You want it to be kind of straight. And then you're just going to trace it. Mine is maybe like 9 inches. There.
Wait, I need to still draw my square.
Okay. And that I want to label graded wash. Okay. I'm going to give you a minute, and then we're going to do a couple more squares on the bottom. Is my big head in the way?
No.
Yes, probably. Just because I'm making the video, I'm going to go ahead and do the next step so I can stop recording. I'm going to get my square back down. Oops, keep hitting that. And I'm going to do 3 more squares on the bottom. And I think it's going to leave me some extra space on the bottom, which is nice. 1. 2. 3. So there's 3 more squares on the bottom. One is going to say ink on dry. One is going to say wet on wet. And then the other one will say bloom. And once you have all of these, you're good. And leave yourself some extra space on the bottom, and we can use that space to kind of experiment with what would happen if we did this, and you can kind of see as we start working tomorrow.